What is going on, guys? It is Cheerio here, and today we're going to talk about the new operators that just dropped with the Skull Rain DLC in Rainbow Six Siege. We have a new attacker, Capito. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Again, it's not in English, so I won't be the best at pronunciating it. And we have the new defender, Cavaria. Again, don't know how to pronounce it that well. But let's get right into this video. I was going to make it for a day one release. I was just going to play a few games with them, get a good idea of who they are, and then make the video. But I wanted to actually spend some time with them, see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and actually get a decent video out for you guys explaining what they do and who's the better operator, who you'll probably end up seeing more used in the multiplayer setting. So let's start off with defender, Cavaria, however you pronounce it. She has two primaries and one secondary, one shotgun, one submachine gun, and the secondary pistol. Her shotgun is a SPAS 15, which its description says that it's a magazine-fed semi-automatic, bringing a modern twist on the SPAS 12. The SPAS 12 being what Valkyrie uses. It doesn't pack as much of a punch as Valkyrie's shotgun, but this thing is a magazine-fed, but it only has a magazine of 6. That's usually what you're going to end up seeing people use if they're going to be using this operator, because it's Rainbow Six and everyone uses shotguns. And her submachine gun doesn't really feel that amazing. Her submachine gun is the M12. The description is it's a close to mid-range 9mm submachine gun with low recoil, medium fire rate, favored by the BOPE. I use this more often than I do the shotgun because I prefer using ranged weapons in Rainbow Six Siege, but it very much has a slow fire rate feeling as compared to, like, say, the P90 or the MP5. It feels like a very slow fire rate, and its damage isn't, like, the best. So it's what I end up using more, but it's probably not the best choice to use for her. Her secondary is a unique PRB92, equipped with a custom suppressor, high knockdown power in close quarter, but is non-lethal. In the description, it does say that it has a 99 damage. Its capacity is 15. It's a non-lethal weapon, so it'll put them into the down but not out stage, but you won't really be easily able to kill enemies. This is what you're going to end up using when you are using her ability. Her ability, which on Xbox One is which I play as, is the right bumper, which puts her into the silent step mode pretty much. Her steps and running and anything noises she makes are very quiet in a game about sound whoring such as Rainbow Six. This is a very useful ability to have, because even if your mic is turned up all the way, if you have a mix amp and it's all the way up towards game, it's still going to be very hard to hear. Her footsteps are very quiet, almost inaudible, but there still is a sound. You can still hear it. It just doesn't sound like an earthquake like every other character in the game does. When you're in this mode, you're able to put someone in the down but not out stage and interrogate them. You don't have to be in this mode to do either of those. It just makes it easier so you can sneak around, get the advantage, and possibly flank the enemy team. The ability itself also does have a cooldown rate. It's not just a one-time use, so you'll use it, you'll enter the silent step mode, you can exit out of it or whatever you want to do, and it will recharge and you'll be able to use it again. That way it's not just like, oh, you used it for 5 seconds. You're done for the rest of the round. Have fun. It's a very good thing, considering the fact that most people are going to end up using a headset in this game. They're going to try to sound hoard you, and this lets you get the flank off, lets you get over to areas you need to be to flank them or whatever very quietly and easily. It does put like a little green tint on your screen, but that's the least of your problems while you're playing this and using her. But I really do like her interrogation ability. She's probably one of my favorite operators to use on the defensive side, at least, because of her ability itself. As you're going to see right here, I enter that silent step mode, I put Buck into the down but not out stage, and I interrogate him. You just hold the action button on Xbox, it's the X. You hold up a knife to their face, you'll ask them where they are, where are they, and then you'll stab him. The person you interrogate dies, and then it reveals the location of all enemies on your HUD. It doesn't show like an outline of the enemy, it just shows the little box of what enemy they are, like what their operator is. But I think it's a very useful ability. It's a high risk, high reward maneuver in my opinion, because there are many times where some people will travel in groups. There's like the buddy system, so if you try to interrogate someone, you might get shot because they were traveling in a group and they know that you're about to interrogate them. They'll wait for you to start. You're vulnerable then because it takes a few seconds to do the action, and they'll be able to kill you very easily. So high risk, high reward, you gotta kind of know the situation and when's a good time to interrogate them or not. But like I said, she's a very good operator, probably one of my favorites to use. So let's start talking about the attacker operator, Captain. He has 3 weapons as well. 2 are the primaries, 1 secondary. No shotguns for this guy. He's just got an assault rifle and an LMG. His assault rifle is a power of 308. The description is a Para, the BOPE Para 308 is a more compact version of the battle-proven FAL with high stopping power. This is probably my favorite gun to use from him. I don't really like the LMG as much, even though it's very effective, but I feel like this gun, which, like it says, is the modern take on an FAL, has a very manageable recoil. Its damage is 52, which is very good. Fire rate 650, capacity 30. It's a very good weapon, very easy to use. It's kind of just like that standard weapon. It's a very good one. I love using it when I'm playing as captain. His LMG is the M249. The description is the iconic LMG, accurate in medium range with high ammo capacity and effective suppressive fire. I use a suppressor on mine, which brings its damage down to 39, fire rate 650. So the assault rifle and the LMG do carry the same fire rate, but this thing has a capacity of 100. I, again, think the assault rifle is the better choice, but if you want to have suppressive fire, just kind of spray and pray, this is the gun to use. Again, very easily manageable recoil. It's not difficult to use at all, but I like using the assault rifle more. He's pretty much got the same pistol that the defensive operator does, just doesn't do as much damage because hers is more sort of catered towards her ability to put people in the down but not out of stage to interrogate her. So it just does like a 33 damage if you have suppressor, capacity 15, mobility 50, blah blah blah. Again, you're not using sidearms too much in the game. I usually more like the ranged weapons, so I'm using the assault rifle more often. But his ability is a tactical crossbow, which has 2 bolts of a smoke bolt and 2 bolts that are a incendiary bolt. Not incendiary, I think it's like a toxic gas type thing, but me and my buddies I play with, we say it kind of looks like fire. So that's what we pretty much say it is. It looks like an incendiary bolt, even though it's really not fire. So you get 2 bolts of each, so you get 2 shots, and as you're seeing in the gameplay, I use that smoke bolt. It's very easy, good for getting in cover, and then you use that fire-looking bolt, the second bolt, the one that actually kills people, but it does give friendly fire, so you could kill yourself or teammates while using it, but it's a very good thing if you want to kind of lock down an area. You can put the smoke in, then put the incendiary bolt, even though it's not that. I keep calling it that. I keep telling myself not to, but regardless, it's what I'm going to end up calling it. It's what I dubbed it pretty much when I was playing. But yeah, I think the crossbow is a very good thing to use, but it's not the best thing in the world. It's a very fun operator to use, but he's not the best. I definitely prefer using the defense operator. I think she's the better one of the DLC. If you do have the season pass or you're saving up for an operator, I would definitely recommend going get Cavaria. I would definitely recommend going with her as opposed to Capitao. I feel like he's a good operator, but she is the better option. She's got the better ability, in my opinion. The crossbow's a cool idea. I do like it, but there's definitely some better attackers you can use to give a better edge on the enemy team while using him. So I would definitely recommend going with Caviera as opposed to Capitao. But both operators are very strong additions to the Rainbow Six Siege operator family. So I thank you guys for sticking around and watching a video about this little opinion-based thing about these 2 new operators in Rainbow Six Siege. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be able to see content first as it comes out on the channel. And I'll see you guys later. Cheerio, mates.